Well, finally tonight, New York lawmakers just redrew congressional district lines. And while that gets sorted through the courts, those lines will be in place for the upcoming primaries as well as the general election. And on top of that, there are a lot of moving pieces with Republican candidates this year. Joining me now is Investigative Post's Geoff Kelly, who does a fabulous job keeping an eye on all the politics in the region. And I would say, Geoff, better you than me. But I want to start with what the new 23rd district is going to look like. It includes, we know, portions of the southern tier, and one current Congresswoman has her eyes set on this new district. So what can you tell us, first of all, about Claudia Tenney?
Well, Claudia Tenney has been a fixture in central New York politics for some time. She served a few terms in the state assembly, and then in 2016 was elected to Congress to represent the 22nd district in central New York. She then lost in 2018, was reelected in a squeaker in 2020 just by 109 votes. That 22nd district has been redrawn to become more Democratic, and so she has cast her eyes to the 23rd district, the southern tier district, currently represented by Tom Reed, who is not running for re-election. In that 23rd district, the lines have moved northward into Erie County to include Hamburg and Orchard Park, meaning that Claudia Tenney of central New York, of Utica, is going to soon, very likely, become part of Western New York's political establishment.
So we know that she's interested, but who else might be? Do we know what kind of road she could be facing? You said it's likely, but a primary challenge, is that in the works perhaps, or a Democrat that could make the campaign a little more difficult come November?
It sounds as if potential primary challengers to her are sort of deferring to Tenney. She has the backing of various chairs within the district, Republican chairs. The state chair, Nick Langworthy, seems to support her. So I think she's going to have a pretty easy route through the primary, and that gives her a pretty easy route to election to the seat, because it's a heavily Republican seat. It's one of the most Republican-friendly seats in New York State.
Shifting now to the 24th district, one primary challenger to Chris Jacobs' seat has dropped out, but another has popped up from the Finger Lakes area. What can you tell us about how that's shaping up?
Yeah, there's actually a few other candidates who have suggested that they would like to challenge Chris Jacobs, incumbent Chris Jacobs. They're all challenges from the right, from more conservative candidates who take issue with Jacobs, who despite a fairly conservative track record since he was elected to Congress, still cannot shake this reputation that he is a middle-of-the-road Republican, a former Democrat, in fact. That doesn't sit well with more conservative members of his party.
Yeah, and that certainly seems like something, Geoff, that could be difficult for him going forward.
It could, although recall that when he ran for election in this seat last time, he faced the same situation. Republican challengers from the right, and he fended those off pretty handily. I would be surprised if he has trouble with these candidates.
And we see with things like this often too, Geoff, that name recognition can play such a big role.
Name recognition, incumbency, and plenty of money. He has all of those advantages.
Always helps. We've been chatting with Geoff Kelly from Investigative Post. Geoff, as always, we so appreciate it. Thanks for being here on the Town Hall.
It's my pleasure always. Thank you.